My freshman year of college was the craziest year of my life for many reasons. I was moving away from home for the first time, multiple states away, starting my freshman year at college, and moving in with random strangers I'd never met before, because I was a late acceptance and the dorms were full. I found a Craigslist ad. I know, not the safest way. It was a group of women who needed one more person to move in for the school year to fill the 6-bedroom house. Typically, living with 6 strangers wouldn't be something I would go for, but I didn't have a choice. And judging by the roommate group chat they let me join a couple months before moving in, they were all really nice, easygoing women. Move-in day was surreal. I couldn't believe I was here, about to move in with 6 strangers, nearly 500 miles away from home. My mom was in tears most of the day, and my dad kept wandering around the house, checking all the light bulbs and offering to fix things while he was there. I sent them on their way, giving them both huge hugs and promising to be back for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I retreated upstairs to my back corner bedroom to continue unpacking and just take a few moments to soak it all in. There was a large grandfather clock in the hallway between my room and the bathroom, and right as I walked by it, it chimed loudly, making me jump because I was focused on the day's events. First day jitters? Don't worry, we're all super friendly. We're more of a family. Oh, by the way, I'm Alicia, the one who talks too much. Nice to finally meet you. Hi, Alicia. I'm Amy. Nice to meet you, too. I guess the clock caught me off guard, I said, laughing. Don't worry, your dad just changed the battery in that thing, but it won't last long. The resident ghost hates that clock, Alicia said, turning to walk away. Sorry, I'm about to be late for my night shift at the coffee shop. Come see me if you need a caffeine boost to unpack. What ghost? I asked, but she was already out of earshot. Back in my room, I let out a sigh and looked around, not even sure where to start. Because it was such a long drive and Mom and Dad had to leave my younger brother home alone to bring me down here, I sent them packing as soon as they'd agree to leave. Mom had helped me unpack my clothes and organize my dresser and closet, but now I needed to pack what was left of my stuff and find a place for everything. Hey, how's it going in here? Do you need my help? Megan asked lightly, knocking on the door. I think I've got it, but honestly, I'm wiped out. I might just call it a day and grab some dinner, I said. A few of us are going out for Chinese. That's why I was coming up here. You want to join us? Sounds like just what I need, I said. At dinner, I finally couldn't hold it in any longer. I asked, Alicia said there's a ghost that doesn't like clocks. What's up with that? Everyone busted out laughing. That's Alicia. She has an active imagination. She swears that clock stops working because there's a ghost who hates it. But it's honestly just old and needs to go to a clock shop, Steph said. Oh, she said it so casually and just took off earlier, I said, laughing. After dinner, the girls showed me around the neighborhood, pointing out all the good places to shop and eat. By the time we got home, I was deliriously tired and ready to take a shower and go to bed. My bedroom was right next to a bathroom, so I grabbed my towel and set of pajamas and headed next door. Mid-shower, it shut completely off. There wasn't even a dribble coming out of the faucet. Not sure what to do because I was literally still full of body wash, I climbed out, grabbed a washcloth, and headed to the sink. Luckily, I had rinsed the shampoo off and could just use leave-in conditioner. I would have to ask someone tomorrow if that was a normal occurrence. I didn't have the energy to deal with it now. I decided to blow dry my hair in my room because I wasn't quite sure yet what the appropriate bathroom time was, with so many people and only 2 bathrooms. Hair dry, pajamas on, I poured myself into bed. I had 3 messages from my mom to answer and 2 from my dad. Dad wanted to know if the clock was working right, and Mom sent 3 messages reminding me to do different things. Something told me it was going to be a long first week between those two and my best friend checking in on me. I must have fallen asleep answering text messages, because I was woken when the clock in the hallway chimed so loudly I jumped, even with my door shut. I heard Alicia in the hallway tell Steph, "Told you that dang ghost won't leave the clock alone." I heard Steph giggle and say, "Sure, Alicia, the ghost did it. It isn't because it's older than any of our parents and needs to be retired." I chuckled at Steph's response and dozed back off. Sometime later, there was a knock on my door, and I heard, "Amy." Confused and half asleep, I rolled out of bed and wandered over to the door. I paused for a second, seeing if I could hear anything, but it seemed quiet out there. Opening the door, I jumped back. No one was there, but the clock chimed so loudly at that exact moment, and it caught me off guard. I grabbed my phone. It was 2:10 a.m. Why was the clock chiming at such an odd time? I thought, trying to slow my heart rate after the jump scare. I wish that was the scariest part of my first night, but it wasn't. I had finally fallen back asleep when something cold woke me up. It was fall, but in Texas, so it wasn't cold by any means. I let out the biggest scream when I looked up and saw a shadow, more like a mist, floating above my bed. As soon as I saw it, it started moving, but paused, almost to get me to follow. I shouldn't have, but I did. I got up and followed it, shaking from the cold and shaking in fear. It proceeded through the door, so I opened the door and stepped out, just in time to see the mist or shadow or whatever it was float right into the grandfather clock, which then sounded louder than ever, even waking Alicia up. I don't remember this, but Alicia said I was in shock. I didn't speak for nearly 20 minutes, and she had to wake one of the other girls to help snap me out of it. They wrapped me in a furry, soft blanket, made me hot tea, and even tried putting on a calming music playlist. Eventually, I obviously came around. I've never forgotten that first night, and throughout the entire 2 semesters I was in that house, Alicia and I both experienced things. Maybe it was because our bedrooms were the only 2 upstairs. I'm not sure. We still compare stories every time we see each other. I would have probably passed out if I woke up and there was a mist above me, or anything above me. I bet you had trouble sleeping for quite some time after that. Thanks for sharing your story with us. If you have a paranormal story to share, email it to the address in the description below. Please give the video a like if you haven't. It helps tell YouTube we exist. I appreciate every single one of you for sticking with me. And with that, see you tomorrow, friends.